Well, now to Africa, where terrorist attacks have plagued Nigeria. The capture of the key town in northeastern Nigeria this week by Boko Haram militants is raising questions about the commitment of Nigeria's neighbors to help fight the militant group. But Cameroon's President Paul Biya says his country needs more help from the international community after the recent release of a video by Boko Haram's leader threatening his nation. VOA's Mariama Diallo reports.
The Boko Haram insurgency that began in the city of Maiduguri in 2009 has since expanded across northeast Nigeria. Saturday's capture of Baga, a fishing town and the home of a key military base on the border of Nigeria and Chad, shows that the group can seize territory with only minor difficulty. That has security expert Simon Uje and some others suspicious that Nigeria's neighbors might be to blame.
It's when the insurgents are getting air supply. One big question will be, where are they taking off from? Could it be possible that they are taking off from Chad, airstrips in Chad, or from Niger?
Chad has been criticized after a ceasefire deal it recently brokered between Nigeria and Boko Haram collapsed.
West African countries, especially those that are already have already been inflicted with the Boko Haram plague, they have no choice.
Political analyst Achike Chudi says the countries owe it to themselves to work together in solving the common security threat that Boko Haram poses.
I can't speak for all these other governments, for instance, the Chadian government and the rest, but if to some extent that they have had some kind of involvement with Boko Haram, they should realize that this is an organization, this is a group that does not have any form of loyalty.
The Nigerian military has said it will launch a counteroffensive to retake Baga, which held the headquarters of a joint multinational force that was fighting Boko Haram. A recent video showing what looks like Boko Haram's leader, Abubakar Shekau, threatened to step up violence in neighboring Cameroon. While Cameroonian President Paul Biya has vowed to fight the group, he's also appealing for more assistance from the United Nations and Western donors. Cameroon's soldiers have already clashed with Boko Haram along the border, and the unrest in northeastern Nigeria is hurting Cameroon's economy. In Washington, Mariama Diallo, VOA News.
Well, a Nigerian lawmaker told VOA that at least 1,000 people have been killed in the latest series of attacks by Boko Haram. For more, we're joined by Leo Keyen, head of VOA Hausa service. Leo, thanks for joining us. And question first there. The 1,000 number, is that accurate? I mean, we have had reports of 2,000 people killed since the attack of Baga. What do you know?
Well, you know, we cannot rely on those figures because we do not think that the lawmaker that made that statement was there. That's one. Two, there are no authentic reports coming out of that area because, first of all, there's no service. Most of the phones are not working. The internet service is not working. So it's very difficult to rely on such figures, as a matter of fact, Vincent. Yeah. All we get is from those who have escaped into Maiduguri and going to Chad. They tell us about hundreds being killed in attacks inside Baga and skirmishes around Baga and even on Lake Chad, where Boko Haram have taken boats and chased fishermen and shot them dead in the waters.
Mm-hmm. Now, the Nigerian government keeps promising that it's going to take action, it's going to retake the town. But from the people you're talking to, have these people received any resistance as they are attacking the villages? Has there been any presence of the government soldiers?
Let's get this thing straight. First of all, that was a joint military post where Nigerian, Chadian, and Nigerian soldiers and some Cameroonian soldiers were stationed. But for some time now, that place has been sacked. I mean, the first attack, Baga has been attacked twice now, in major attacks, and then several other ones in smaller magnitudes. What I'm saying is that if you are going to resist Boko Haram, you need to have a stationed force in Baga. But that was not the case. A few soldiers were left there, Nigerian soldiers were left there. I think the Nigerian soldiers and the Chadian soldiers had left. So these people find it very easy to just attack the barracks and overrun it.
Now, Nigeria keeps saying we are capable, we have the capacity, but the evidence on the ground suggests something different. Do you think the call by, say, Paul Biya that we need the international community to come in and help perhaps is the best way to go?
This is the best way to go, and that is what people expected President Goodluck Jonathan to say. He has not made a statement like that over these years. This problem is plaguing Nigeria more than any other country. But you hear Americans, you hear the French, you hear the British talking about lack of cooperation. Training is stalled, purchase of arms is stalled, and all that. So these are countries, smaller countries that used to look up to Nigeria as their mentor in terms of power blocks. Now they are not looking at that situation as one that can be controlled by Nigeria. So why should they come in?
Well, thank you very much, Leo, for sharing this with us. Well, Leo Keyen is the head of Voice of America's Hausa service. Now,